First John still, but we're now in chapter 4. We have studied chapters 1, 2, and 3, and now we arrive at chapter 4, and we want to look at something that's important, that's always reverberated throughout the centuries in the life of the church. So I want to throw this out at you. The Antichrist. What came to mind as I said that? What emotion did it bring up in you? What book of the Bible did you go to immediately when you heard the Antichrist? Did you perhaps have a feeling of fear? Or was it curiosity that you wanted to know more? And when you heard the word the Antichrist, did you think eschatology? Did you think end of times? Did you think the end of the world? Did you go to the book of Revelation? Did you think Armageddon? Did you think the final battle? When you heard the Antichrist, what came to mind? 1 John chapter 4. Read with me as I read from verse 1 to about verse 4 or 5 or so. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this we know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, of which you have heard that it is coming, and now it is already here in the world. Little children, you are from God, and you have conquered them, for the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. The songwriter said, greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. We are in 1 John chapter 4, and we are talking about the Antichrist. And so I ask this question: what is the spirit within you? We all have a spirit within us, but I ask, what is the spirit within you? See, John, speaking to the people in his church, tells them that the Antichrist is not a force that is to come. The Antichrist for sure is not a figure that comes out of the book of Revelation, as many may assume. In fact, the book of Revelation does not even make mention of the word Antichrist. You find this word present only in 1st and 2nd John. And John says that the Antichrist is not just coming, but the Antichrist is already here. And he says, in case you have questions and do not know who the Antichrist is, it is not some shadowy figure that is coming, but it is anybody who, having received Christ, having known what Christ has done for them, then turns around and denies Jesus, denies Christ, and says Christ did not come to save people, that Christ did not come in the flesh. That, John says, is what the Antichrist says. But it says you do not become the Antichrist on your own. There is the spirit, lowercase s, of the Antichrist that animates every such person. And then there's a spirit, uppercase S, John says in verse 5. That is the Spirit of God which animates those who confess Jesus. So I ask again, what spirit is within you? Because the spirit of the Antichrist is real. And so is the Spirit of God. And what spirit do you want to have? I know I can already tell you, I want the Spirit of God in me. I want the spirit that is more powerful than the spirit that is in the world, that is in the people that are known as the Antichrist, those who deny Christ. That's the spirit that I want. But what spirit is within you? the Antichrist is not some shadowy figure or person that is to come. Because the Antichrist is already here, but the Antichrist is a spirit that animates many people. And the sad reality of it all is that the Antichrists, with an S, plural Antichrists, are rising straight out of the church. So I ask again, what's the spirit within you? Search your heart. Examine yourself. And come on, let us get on the way.